On a dark, rainy afternoon, the sky reflected the weight that Bella carried, both in her body and in her soul. She was a fragile dog, mistreated by life, wandering aimlessly through the streets. Her steps were slow, dragging, and her body was weighed down by a colossal tumor that weighed almost 20 kilos, dragging her down with every movement. The rain fell incessantly, and the drops that ran down her dirty, soaked fur were almost a reflection of the tears that she seemed unable to shed. As Bella tried to move along the wet sidewalks, the incomprehension of the people around her only increased her despair. Some saw her and, confused by the sight of a sick and frightening dog, screamed, trying to push her away. But Bella only knew fear. She had nowhere to go, no one to turn to. Her instincts led her to a dark corner of an alley, where she found a brick wall. There, trapped between the cold concrete and her own despair, Bella huddled, trembling, as if that wall could protect her from another day of suffering. It was at that exact moment, when the world seemed most cruel and indifferent, that Razvan Ioannis spotted her. At the sight of her, something inside him broke. Bella's eyes, wide and frightened, were filled with pain and helplessness. Every tremor of her thin body conveyed the terror she felt. Razvan knew he couldn't just move on. He had to do something. Moved by a deep sense of compassion, he approached her with careful, almost silent steps, as if he knew that any sudden movement could make her try to run away again. "It's okay, girl. I'm here to help you," he said in a low, gentle voice. Even with the fear written all over his face, Bella seemed to sense that something was different about this man. He didn't shout. He didn't gesture violently. Instead, there was gentleness in every word, every movement. Bella hesitated for a moment, her eyes fixed on Razvan, as if trying to decipher whether this human really wanted to help her. And then, slowly, she took a small step forward. With a gentle, careful touch, Razvan reached out his hand, drawing Bella even closer. When she finally allowed him to touch her, it was as if all her defenses crumbled. For the first time, perhaps in a long time, she felt that she had nothing to fear. Razvan picked her up in his arms, feeling the weight of the tumor that weakened her. He knew that every second counted. He rushed to the vet, holding Bella close, whispering comforting words along the way. "You're safe now, Bella. We'll fix this," he promised, trying to ease the terror that still hung in the air. At the vet, Bella was immediately taken for tests. The tumor needed to be removed urgently, and her condition was critical. The vet explained that surgery would not be simple, but it was the only hope of saving her life. While they waited for the procedure to be prepared, Razvan would not leave her alone. He held her paw, feeling that perhaps this small gesture could convey some of his own strength to her. As he looked at Bella, lying on the examination table, he prayed silently, asking for strength for her and the medical team. "You are not alone anymore, Bella. I am here with you, and together we will get through this," he whispered, his eyes fixed on the dog. He knew that Bella had faced a long and painful road to get there, but he also knew that this battle was just beginning. The surgery would be just the first step in a long recovery process. After hours of tension, the veterinarian finally left the surgery room with an expression of exhaustion, but also of hope. The tumor that had weighed so heavily on Bella physically and emotionally had been removed. Razvan sighed with relief, but he knew that the road ahead was still long. The recovery would be slow, and Bella would need a lot of care, love, and patience. In the days that followed, Razvan remained by her side. He stayed awake at night, monitoring her condition, making sure she was comfortable and safe. It wasn't until the third day after surgery that Bella opened her eyes for the first time. Razvan was there, as always, by her side. When she saw him, there was a flash of recognition in her eyes. She was no longer alone. He watched her with admiration. Bella's fight for her life was a testament to her incredible strength. But the challenges were far from over. After surgery, tests showed that Bella also had liver and kidney damage, as well as parasites in her blood. Her health was extremely poor, and there were times when Razvan feared she wouldn't make it. Yet, day after day, Bella showed impressive strength. On the 15th day, something incredible happened. Bella was able to stand up and take a few steps. Razvan could hardly believe his eyes. With each small step forward, his heart filled with hope. "You're a warrior, Bella," he whispered, filled with emotion. But soon another obstacle arose. X-rays revealed that one of Bella's legs was broken and had healed incorrectly. It was yet another wound from the past, more proof that she had suffered unimaginable abuse. Razvan was shocked, but it only strengthened his determination to give Bella the life she deserved. He reported the case to the authorities and, with the help of a woman who had found Bella near a garbage dump, began to investigate what had happened to her. After a month of intensive treatment, the stitches from the surgery were healing well, and Bella was beginning to show signs of recovery. Her body was still weak, but her spirit was indomitable. 2 months later, Bella was discharged from the vet. She now lived with Razvan and had been given a new name, Augustine. What began as a nightmare was slowly turning into a new journey of hope and healing. Bella, now Augustine, was ready to discover what it meant to be loved and protected. Every step she took was a victory, not just for her, but for everyone who believed in her recovery. Bella's story is a testament to the power of empathy, kindness, and dedication. Razvan, Ioana, and all those who supported her journey have shown that with love and compassion, even the deepest wounds can be healed. "Thank you for joining us on this journey," said Razvan, overcome with emotion. "Your love and support have made a difference in Augustine's life. Now, she is ready for a new beginning, and I could not be more proud of all we have accomplished together."